Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Mandate of Heaven in Europa Universalis 4 with me, your host, Luckymarine, and I had all of this planned out. It was going to be beautiful. You were going to see the vestiges of Ming playthrough that I was doing, and then it would end, and it would be beautiful, and we would carry on into the next game. I'd already talked through a few of the mechanics in a Ming that stretched from, well, it was huge. I was encroaching on Denmark. That's how far Ming had gone, and it was a speed run through. When a new patch comes out, a new DLC comes out, I like to play the game as the country that it relates to, and we've all done minglings with Ming at some point. We've all popped to rebel. We've all lost the Mandate of Heaven and had our country swarmed with rebels. Anyway, that doesn't happen this time. In a nutshell, lots of monarch points, lots of money, lots of mandate all the time. By the time you lose your mandate, it doesn't matter because you're 1,000,000 man strong, and you just throw buddies in until you win stuff, and that's Ming in a nutshell. As I said, I was going to finish that game and then plop straight into the next one, but as you can see by the date here, the game never ended. The game just never ended. It just carried on. And I was like, have they changed the end date here? And I started getting confused, and when I get confused, I can't play and narrate and be confused at the same time. And so the episode stretched out to like 50 minutes. I was like, no, I'm going to have to end this now. It's just not ending. So this is a game, you just have to believe me, but Ming was huge. It was absolutely huge. We've taken everything from about this line that way. We've taken everything, all of India. We'd not taken Japan because I not bothered to build ships because I was speedrunning it. It was essentially speed 5 all the way through until random bits and pieces. I lost lots of troops to stack wipes just because I was playing far too quickly. But I was just trying to get to the end. I was just trying to get a feel for how this game is right now. And it's strong for me. Very strong. Anyway, let's go for single player. I would click on this and I would show you. And it is going to be saved. I might carry it on because it's not going to end. We might as well carry on and do world conquest with it. But yeah, I will show you that at another point. I don't want to click onto it and then click out. You know what Paradox Games is like. You know what Europa Universalis is like. You try to click out of a game and it'll crash back to desktop and you'll have to reload again. No one wants to see my desktop. So let's go straight in. Another game, shall we? And I want to be close so that we can see what's going on with Ming. So we've got vision, but I don't want to be in and amongst it. We should though, shouldn't we? We should be amongst it. I mean, not Japan. We've done Japan before. Korea, on the other hand. Now, I had dabbled with a Korea game earlier on because they're the tech masters. Straight off the bat, Korean ideas, tech cost minus 5%, idea cost minus 10%. It's just infantry combat ability plus 10% would stack beautifully with quality. And if you manage to steal the Empire ship off Ming, they get plus 10 as well. They've got an option to have a plus 10 combat ability. Actually, I've kind of talked myself into Korea now. Yeah, let's go to Korea, shall we? I said I wanted to be close, but not actually in and amongst it. This is as close as you can get. We touch bits and pieces. Korea Bay. That's not Korea Bay. Wait, what? Is it? Oh, I see, Korea Bay. Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's Korea Bay. That's Boise. Alright. Okay. Let's go. go. Well, this'll be interesting. Have they split the sea zones down? I remember this just being the Yellow Sea. When we played as Japan, this was just the Yellow Sea. Because I remember using this to block off. To block people in here. So that's probably not something that's been given enough attention. There's at least... This has been turned into 2 sea zones. This, I think, has been turned into 2 sea zones. Because the Korea Bay, this whole thing was Korea Bay. And I was like, no, that's not all Korea Bay. Just this is Korea Bay. This is something else. And it wound me up when I was playing the Japan playthrough. But no more. They've splitted. So the sea zones are a lot more. Anyway, anywho, let's carry on. What can we get? Found a haul of worthies. It's like worthies originals or something. Yearly prestige goes up for the... Alright, yeah. Lose 50 ducats. Fine. 30 admin. Yeah, it's alright, but it's half a prestige a year to the end of the game. The prestige is... It's cumulative. You want to be... Yeah, every little helps when it comes to prestige. So yeah, go on then. Conquer you, which I think is... Yeah, but you've given me a CB, an automatic CB on Zhengzhou's capital. Well, we'll see. Improve relations with Ming. Is Ming going to be happy with me? Overlord. Wait, what? Subjects can't ally their overlord. Right, the last playthrough I did of this in the demo patch. You don't start as Ming isn't your overlord. And 9 times out of 10, he's quite happy with you, and so you can get an alliance with him. Declare war on Jiangsu, and Ming troops just flood through and eat him up. But no, it's going to be us having to do that on our own. Let's go for it. Let's get rid of you. Now, forts. There's something called devastation in the game now, which means that if this troop here was to... They'd be able to take this easily, but they won't be able to get past this fort. That's fine. I'm alright with them coming in here, and every time the loot bar ticks down, they add some devastation, which it ruins that. In a nutshell, it's longer lasting than looting is. It's devastation. It's you can be out of a war and still be feeling the effects of it. Wars aren't just kind of throwaway things anymore. You have to deal with the consequences a little bit more. And so having forts on the edge of what is your empire is a really good idea now, to stop them getting into the interior. Maybe even partitioning off certain areas. So if we put a fort here as well, it'd stop them getting in to Korea itself. Unless they were to do naval landings. But that just means that we're going to have to be good with our ships. We're going to have to be up to date with them. We're going to have to be up to our force limit with them. And we're going to have them patrolling, especially when we're on war. The last thing we need is for them to, anyone really, to land behind forts. Otherwise they a lot of devastation. And when you're a small country, you can't soak it up. When I was Ming, the Ottomans were getting past me and sieging up all of this. It's like, well, I don't really care, because I've got an income of 500 ducats per month. So, anyway. Let's protect trade in probably Beijing node. I would want to be in. Would I not? Nope, because we haven't got anything in the Beijing node. Beijing node is almost an end node. It's just got one. That's a lot of ducats that it loses out of his arsehole. It eats all this and then it poops out a lot of ducats. That's not what you want. So where do we want to be? Jiren? Nippon. Probably Nippon. We're already collecting Nippon. Let's try stop this 60 ducats from being relinquished to the Hanzhou node. No, not you, the ships. Take trade in Nippon, and we'll get a few more ships as well out and going. Cochin doesn't like us. Actually, who does like us around here? That might be interesting now. That might be important now. Now that first moves of Korea isn't ally main, eat everything. So you haters. You're nonplus, yeah. Might be worth trying to get with Yuren. And the Orient, actually. The Mongolia are under Orient. So look to the other side of rivals, and that's who you want to be making friends with, because Chagatai, nope, you haven't got any rivals because you can't. But yeah, this, I think there's a Buryatia up here as well, this blue that we haven't exposed. But yeah, people like this and this and Yuren, they're the ones most likely to come in and help you with your immediate wars. Missions, yeah, actually I think I will. No, I don't think I get any. I don't think there's any point in improving relations with Ming. Let's just get our CB, our immediate CB, and let's carry on with building spy network, because that CB will just it'll give us a discount on taking this province in terms of admin power. So that's nice. But let's get. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3. You're within a sea tile away. There's 4. There's another 4 provinces that we can be fabricating upon for now. We've got our ships out. The rest of you can probably be mothballed just to save just a little bit of money. I doubt we're going to war just yet. So let's. Wow, really? How? Mostly taxation. Interesting. Alright. Cochin. Yeah, alright. Cochin. Might as well put Yanzhou there as well. And we will turn the capital fort off, but we'll keep this fort on just for the time being. And you can sit there. Just behind the fort. Just so that if anything does, nice. Just in case anything does kick off, then much like I do with the enemy, I stack up in Yukon, and first of the month I go in and I try to stack wipe them. 4 ducats. Yeah, right. I think it's going to be a case of appeasing Ming to the point where we get strong enough to refuse. And then I think if we refuse enough, from what I remember with Bing Ming, because there were times when I think it was Itaya, they refused, and then suddenly they weren't a tributary anymore. And the moment they fell out of tributary status, I brought all my forces back and ate them. And that was how I played my main game. I grabbed all the tributaries that I could, and anyone who dropped out of tributary status, I ate them. And no one cared. No one was bothered at all. Who is at war with you? 2 people. Jianzhou and Buryatia. Oh, Yaren, you are not long for this world. But we will take advantage. Who are you allies with? I don't know if tributaries can have allies. Of course they can. Yeah. Because when I was declaring war on Ayutthaya down here, he brought in Pegu and Sham doesn't start. There's a white province, like there, called Sham. Anywho, let's so now they want 3 ducats. Oh, demand Diplo power. Well, it's only 3 Diplo power that they want. Let's get up to force limit. 20. And let's just wait a little bit. Let's just allow them to rip chunks out of each other for a while. Shenzhen? $19,000 manpower. Less troops than us. Okay. So what we make up in immediate forces, they make up for in manpower. So we'll see if they make any more troops, if they take any losses. If they take any losses that drag that manpower down. We'll also grab I prefer a morale guy, but alright. Means we can grab an extra 2. Alright, still making money. This is the mandate system. And below 50 mandate, it gives you all these penalties. Now, in the Ming game that I had, I'd got to touching tips with the Ottomans by 1658. So, at that point, it revealed kind of European powers, European countries. And they wouldn't be tributaries to me. So even though I had quite a few tributaries in this theatre, I had far too many in Europe that wouldn't be tributaries. So the non-tributary penalty was far too high, and I think I'd got down to... I completed all of these mandates, all of these reforms even. All of these reforms bar the last one. And at that point I never had positive after that, to the end of the game, to the end of my self-imposed game. And so I was always at 0 mandate, and so I got these penalties of goods produced modifier minus 50%. Didn't really matter because we were just huge and sprawling and could throw. I'd take my eye off the money up here for a year, and I'd end up with like 17,000. It was ridiculous. Fire damage received, shock damage received. That's all well and good. But when we've got manpower of 500,000, when we've got a possible force limit of something like 665,000, you just throw bodies in it until you win. It's like we were unstoppable. We were a juggernaut. And there's no one that could step in between us. Interesting to see that he's doing the same as I did. Initially, grab this for the money, for the national tax modifier, because Ming makes a hell of a lot in taxes early on. Once I'd lost the mandate, I then switched down to the officer corps to boost the infantry combat ability. Also took quality in order to stack it just a little bit, so that my troops did fight just a little bit better, even if they took a bit too much damage for my liking. But oh well. In terms of money, let's have a quick look at Mingling. I say I like it, but I've not really used it that much. But it's another way of sorting out the that list. Anyway, let's grab the economy. There we go. Taxation, yeah. Taxation was, at the beginning, taxation was the biggest thing that I was making money from. Production, blast everyone out of the water. Trade. It's not even good trade around here, and yet it's making that much. 65 ducats. Every single month. Start the game, 65 ducats. This is why Ming doesn't lose. Money just isn't an issue. There was never a point where I was like, oh no, I've run out of money. I need this money for such and such. No. With 65 ducats, he can have 3 level 3 advisors knocking about. Quite comfortably. At this stage of the game. I mean, fair enough, he needs them. With a 1-1-1, but this all change. And then you get the times when you end up with like a 5-5-6. And you've got 3 level 3 advisors. And you're still making decent money. It's just... Ming doesn't pop anymore. Ming doesn't pop unless you go pop him. So we'll try be the needle to the Ming's giant balloon if we can. But that will be in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if this has been a bit slow. Just explaining through a few of the mechanics. We'll sort out our free merchant in the next episode. We'll also talk a little bit about the Age of Discovery, about the ages even. And we'll also talk through this new tab, this diplomacy tab. But that'll be in the next episode. So, okay. So, I've been Luckymarine. As always, you lot have been amazing. Join me next time for all that good stuff. But until then, do take care.